In the sport of boxing. When it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best. I don't care if y'all write good stories. I don't care if y'all write bad stories. No, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
How do you even get this much money? What do you do?
Work hard.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly come under intense scrutiny following a federal raid at one of his luxury properties. But what really grabbed attention wasn't just the sight of armed agents or the secrecy surrounding the warrants. It was Floyd's reaction. Instead of showing concern, he appeared unusually calm, even confident, in the middle of what looked like a major federal operation, leaving many questioning what was really going on behind the scenes.
Getting the money is not the problem, Harry. What's the problem, for Christ's sake? You know them actors get it.
Reports suggest that during the high-stakes raid, Mayweather didn't show any visible concern over the FBI's presence. In fact, he allegedly reacted with a smirk, something that reportedly irritated the lead agent on the scene. As the tension escalated, the moment quickly turned into a heated exchange, creating a dramatic standoff between the undefeated boxing icon and one of the country's top investigative agencies.
Come on down the table now. We're rocking and rolling. You know, right there, you look at that. That's right there. Oh, they mad because I'm flashy, I'm flamboyant. So we count the paper on the table. We get things right where they need to be. Things in perspective. So right now that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 500,000 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. That's 6.
According to insiders and footage that reportedly surfaced from the scene, federal agents carried out a major operation at Mayweather's Las Vegas estate. The raid allegedly involved heavily equipped teams and was executed under a sealed warrant, indicating the investigation may have been developing quietly over a long period of time. Sources familiar with the situation claim the action could be tied to a wider probe into financial activity, including questions around tax compliance, business dealings, and potential offshore accounts connected to his multi-million-dollar empire. During the reported federal raid on Floyd Mayweather's mansion, investigators allegedly came across large amounts of cash, along with sensitive documents that could be tied to questionable financial activity. Sources close to the situation claim the seized materials may include records pointing to undisclosed offshore accounts, unusual wire transfers, and connections to business dealings now under scrutiny. These findings are reportedly being reviewed by forensic accountants and federal prosecutors, who are working to determine how deeply Mayweather may be linked to any potential financial misconduct.
Operations here in this area along 28th and Division, both in Grand Rapids and Wyoming. This was a month-long investigation spanning from September to November. Thousands of dollars exchanged to make fake documents for people presumably in the United States illegally.
Mayweather himself has described his exhibition bouts as legalized bank robbery, a phrase that perfectly reflects his approach to making money with minimal risk. By stepping into the ring with less experienced opponents, like YouTuber Logan Paul, he leverages his global fame to draw massive attention and generate huge pay-per-view numbers. The strategy has proven incredibly profitable, with reports suggesting he pulled in somewhere between $50 million and $100 million from a Paul fight alone, even though the event was widely viewed as more entertainment than true competition.
You guys are absolutely right. Floyd Money Mayweather can do what he wants. I'm going to tell you what he's definitely doing, and that's robbing your bag.
You keep doing exhibition, stealing money, legalized bank robbery.
He tells you in your face you're a dumb for paying for it, and it's legalized bank robbery. And you go, wow, yeah, he can do what he wants. And there's people that's like, no, Floyd ain't talking about us. He's talking about everybody else. Talking about the white man. Fool, he's talking about you too.
Mayweather's strategy is built around efficiency, making calculated moves that maximize profit without taking unnecessary risks, all while preserving his undefeated record. It's a business-first mindset that continues to deliver massive paydays, but it hasn't come without criticism. Many argue that this approach blurs the line between sport and spectacle, raising ongoing questions about how far boxing is shifting toward entertainment at the expense of true competitive integrity.
Floyd Money Mayweather has definitely earned his nickname, but his next offer would be the easiest bag he's ever grabbed. Boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya recently came out and challenged the undefeated Floyd. And while De La Hoya played a key stepping stone role in his rise to greatness, the chance to fight a long-retired rival wouldn't wake up many, especially not Mayweather, until you hear the Golden Boy's offer. $100 million just to fight him. We're not talking purse either. That money would be guaranteed. And if Floyd took it, the offer alone would be bigger than all but two of Mayweather's biggest purses. And all he has to do is fight the Golden Boy again. This is a man that's been retired for over a decade, and fighting Shaq, appearing on The Masked Dancer, and teasing a presidential run doesn't equal training. Hey, Earth to Floyd, this is the easiest bag you will ever grab. All you have to do is say yes. And to earn even more, all you have to do is win the easiest fight you've had since Conor McGregor. Take the money.
Floyd Mayweather has long been surrounded by various legal disputes, and one of the most talked about situations involve his former partner, Josie Harris, the mother of 3 of his children. Before her passing, there were reports that she was preparing to file a $25 million lawsuit against him, alleging defamation and other issues. In 2020, Harris was found unresponsive in her car, and authorities later ruled her death as an accidental overdose. Since then, speculation has circulated online, with some attempting to connect her passing to the reported legal tensions. However, no credible evidence has ever supported those claims, and officials have not indicated any foul play. Despite that, the timing and circumstances have continued to fuel public discussion, adding another layer of controversy to Mayweather's already complex public image.
My book, but hey guys, you know, the feds, man, the feds got the man on $25 million in back taxes. And see, the thing is, you guys think that man's money is up there like it is, but it's not, so to speak. See, Floyd over the years have had so many legal battles when it comes to this bread, you know, owing back taxes, you know, not paying off debts. And everybody knows that he buys all his vehicles from the same person, you know, that's crooked as hell, Josh Tobin, aka the Chopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know the Chopper, man. Anybody get a car from him. But at the end of the day, man, you know, Floyd having some money problems. So now what I'm gonna dig into is, we're gonna dig into Josie Harris. Now, Josie Harris was Floyd's first baby mama. Josie Harris, man, was the mother of 3 of his kids.
The reported FBI raid on Floyd Mayweather's mansion is now being linked to a larger $42 million real estate investigation that's raising serious questions. At the center of it is his public claim of acquiring a portfolio of 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan through his company, Vita Properties. But according to city property records, there's no clear evidence that ownership of those buildings ever changed hands, casting doubt on whether the deal actually went through as presented. This discrepancy has only added more scrutiny to the situation, fueling concerns about the accuracy of the claims and the legitimacy of the entire transaction.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. You know, of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal?
The situation grew even more questionable when a Vita Properties representative presented someone claiming to be James McNair, a known associate of Mayweather, during inquiries about the deal. However, observers quickly noticed that the individual's voice didn't match earlier recordings of McNair, raising doubts about whether he was who he claimed to be. These inconsistencies have fueled suspicion that the entire property acquisition may have been overstated or misrepresented, possibly to strengthen Mayweather's business image or draw in potential investors. The FBI's search of Mayweather's residence was reportedly focused on gathering evidence tied to the alleged transaction, including financial records and internal communications that could clarify whether any misrepresentation or fraudulent activity took place.
Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. You know, of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal?
The controversy around Floyd Mayweather's reported multi-million-dollar real estate deal comes from major inconsistencies between his public statements and official records. Earlier in the year, Mayweather announced through his company, Vita Properties, that he had purchased 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan, claiming full ownership without outside investors. However, reporting and property checks by Business Insider found no evidence in New York City records confirming that such transactions ever took place. In addition, the NYC Housing Partnership, an organization typically involved in these types of property deals, stated it had no record or awareness of any pending sale involving Mayweather. These contradictions have fueled ongoing questions about the accuracy of the announcement and the true status of the reported acquisition.
Hey, who said Floyd ain't still out here doing big deals? Money Mayweather just inked a massive $402 million real estate deal in New York City, buying up 60 apartment buildings from Black Spruce Management, the equivalent of 1,000 apartment units. Now, Floyd said the goal is to be able to provide affordable housing to families that need it. Most of the units are located in Upper Manhattan. And he said that when he was a kid, his dream was just to be able to own a home and that you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. Damn, Floyd just bought the block. I'm proud of Floyd. He's come a long way. This is a guy who was once seen burning money in a nightclub. He spent $17 million on a watch. Not to pocket watch him, but people looked at him for years like, yo, he wastes a lot of money. Does he ever give back? And now he's providing affordable housing? Damn, Money Mayweather's come a long way. This is a real good look. It shows evolution. It shows maturity. Not to mention, it's always great to see another person of color become a landlord in New York.
Before her death, Josie Harris had accused Floyd Mayweather of defamation, emotional distress, and past personal disputes, claims she intended to pursue in court. Legal filings indicated she was seeking around $20 million in damages, alleging that certain public comments made about her had damaged her reputation and portrayed her in a negative light. The case was expected to become a highly public legal battle that could have revealed more about the private struggles behind Mayweather's public image. Although Harris passed away before the matter could be resolved, the situation remains one of the most talked about and sensitive chapters connected to Mayweather's personal history.
His ex Josie Harris is suing him for $20 million for making false and humiliating accusations. Mayweather had an interview with Katie Couric just 2 weeks before his big fight against Manny Pacquiao. During the interview, he said that when he and Josie got into a physical fight, it was because she was high on drugs. The fight he was talking about happened back in December 2011. He actually went to jail for 90 days for domestic violence. Mayweather told Katie, "Did I kick, stomp, and beat someone? No, that didn't happen. Did I restrain a woman that was on drugs? Yes, I did. So if they say that's domestic violence, then you know what? I'm guilty. I'm guilty of restraining someone." While the timing couldn't be better for Josie, the big fight paid out $300 million to the two fighters. Pacquiao went home with 40%, Mayweather took home the 60%.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was jailed in 2012 after a domestic violence case that resulted in conviction. He received a 90-day sentence at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas after pleading guilty to a misdemeanor battery charge involving his former partner, Josie Harris, stemming from a 2010 incident that took place in front of their children. He began serving his sentence on June 1st, 2012, and was released on August 3rd, 2012, after completing roughly 2 months of the term. The jail time was part of a plea agreement that reduced more serious felony allegations down to lesser charges.
And I am imposing a 6-month sentence in the Clark County Detention Center, 90 days of which will be served in custody, the remaining 90 days to be suspended. He will be given 3 days credit for time served. I will give him credit for the other 2 days for the case that is being dismissed as part of this negotiation.
Well, because it's too hard.
It's too hard! Aw, should have thought about that before you beat up your baby mama. But he has to be transferred to house arrest, claiming his stint in jail is causing him to be dehydrated and malnourished, he can't stay in shape, and it's destroying his boxing career. In other words...
Guess what? You're incarcerated.
Which is essentially what Judge Melissa Saragosa told him. Damn, she's kind of hot for a judge. Sustained. Anyway.
First off, the judge said you will remain in jail. As far as not drinking water and shriveling.
He says Floyd's condition.
For anyone that's going to jail, toilet water is the freshest water.
Okay, good. Also, the judge says there's plenty of nutritious food and opportunity for exercise, so Floyd's to have to man up.
Mayweather Jr. has openly reflected on his time in jail in 2012, describing it as one of the most difficult periods of his life. During an interview with Larry King, he explained how isolating the experience was, saying he spent most of his time confined with little to no distractions, no television, no radio, and no access to newspapers. Just long hours alone that he served around 2 months of a 90-day sentence at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas after pleading guilty to a misdemeanor battery charge involving his former partner, Josie Harris.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset. Had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
What do you make of the controversy surrounding Floyd Mayweather's reported $42 million real estate deal? Do you think the claims being made have solid backing? Or is the situation being blown out of proportion by media attention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.